And we're live.
Who's a YouTuber you actually watch? Do you actually watch any, like, subscribe, like, watch all their videos? I know Kyle watches the Fail blog or whatever that
Fail
is.
Army.
Fail Army.
Yeah, let's
I
do
like
that.
a lot.
What are we watching lately?
Okay.
Daym, what are you
On
watching
YouTube.
lately?
I watch a lot of Drive. I've always been watching Keemstar though, but I knew him through one of my other boys, Only Use Me Blade, who was hot in the Call of Duty days, because that was the individual that, of course, brought the knife to the gunfight. You know,
I've been
that's how I
watching
met
Blade
Keemstar.
since the start.
Yes, so they were roommates at a time. So again, so Drama Alert, of course. Time to time, I'll catch a PewDiePie video, but mostly a lot of food critics that are popping up.
Okay.
You know, when I started, it was just me reviewing food inside of a car, and now I go search, food reviewers, and I see a million channels. Not really a million. I'm gonna over exaggerate, but more like 100 of individuals inside a car reviewing fast food. So I'm just kind of looking at my competition.
You got to know your business. You got to know the business
You know your business.
Yeah.
A
Makes
year
sense.
ago, I was watching... The stuff I watch is not interesting to anybody else. A year ago, I was watching Farmers all the time. And lately, I've been like, you know what? I wonder how One Lonely Farmer's season went. I wonder how this... I used to watch How Farms Work all the time. I wonder how his year was. And I've been circling around with all my old farmer friends who don't know me, but I know them. And like seeing how their stuff went. Of course, I watch paramotor videos. The problem is most of them are terrible. They're not commentated, and they don't show much, and they move too slow. But I watch them anyway. There are a couple that are really good. Tucker Gott, make daily videos, you jerk. And that's... Oh, and then we like the boats and heavy seas. I like that. I like Sailing La Vagabond. Every time they come out with a video, I watch that. Yeah, and they're... Oh, you guys remember Sailing La Vagabond, right? They were guests on the show. Did you know they got $1 million yacht?
That's awesome.
Yeah, they it's been brewing for like a year, and I was talking to them about it like a month ago or so. Like it was really getting close, and now it's a done deal. They're building the yacht for them. I don't think they're going to own it. I think they're going to use it for at least a year, but they're very excited about changing from their current ship, Le Vagabond, to this 40-foot catamaran, which has 2 holes and lots of room. And I want to have them on the show and talk about it. I'm very excited for them. It's a big deal. But
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Maybe we could talk about the locals a bit more.
A bit more, the Australians.
See,
Kyle, what YouTube do you watch? If you watch anything but Fail blog, Fail Army.
I really like all the movie stuff, anything movie related. So anything that's parodying movies, anything that's like how it should have ended, but also all the stuff that's like everything, cinema sins, all that stuff. Anything that breaks movies down. I like all that stuff.
I've been watching this channel. The guy's name is Coyote Peterson, but the name of the channel is Brave Wilderness, and he's basically like an online nature kind of dude who is working through all of the most painful insect stings out there. And I just linked one for you to watch. It's a long video, so you'll watch it later if you want to, but it's good. This is the number 4 on the list of most painful insect stings, the cow killer ant.
So about a week before that video came out, we found a bug in my yard, and it's a real pretty bug. It's crawling on the ground. Jackie spotted it. It has this like red velvet kind of like coloring, like fur on it almost. And it looked like a giant ant, but super pretty. Like in my head, I found like the butterfly of the ant world. And I push it around with a pen or a stick or something like that because it was walking in the grass so we could see it a little better. I nearly picked it up, just like to see it or maybe put it on my palm because we were videoing it and you weren't getting a really good view. And but we did. It walked into like a bare spot. We got the camera on it. We talked about it. And then Jackie killed it. And I thought like, oh man, Jackie, like it's like stepping on a beautiful butterfly. Like, don't you just usually leave them alone for their beauty alone? And then this guy gets stung by it. And it is apparently awful, terrible to get stung. It's not called a beautiful ant. It's called a cow killer. And
Wait. I don't think that you had one of these cow killers.
I'm sure it's just called a velvet ant.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
you can
is
look up,
mine
I don't know,
different
we'll
than
see where-
that? You think?
But where are they indigenous to?
Let's see.
And let me just say, I know the exact ant you're talking about, Woody. I think that's a wingless wasp that lives on the ground. But this thing, and I think this cow killer ant is as well now that I look at it. But this, I just don't know if this is what the same bug you're talking about.
A velvet ant is also known as a cow killer. I guess its real name is a multilade. And I'm just looking to see if they live anywhere near me. Range.
Over 400 species occur in the North American Southwest. So maybe a couple made their way to the Carolinas.
Dude, it looked the same. Did you see my vlog? Do you know the bug that we're talking about? I don't know if you caught that one.
I've seen them. They kind of like I've never seen more than one of them at a time. They're always kind of solitarily walking. I don't think it's a similar thing, but I don't think it's the one. I don't think it's the cow killer ant that's like the fourth most painful thing on the planet. But I'm definitely familiar with the ant you're talking about. We call them army ants, but it's not an army ant because army ants are a completely different thing. I don't know what the correct name for what I think we're talking about is.
Well, regardless, watch that guy's content if you're looking for a good YouTube channel, Brave Wilderness. I also have seen every animals fighting, animals bickering, biting, and stinging one another video on YouTube.
Can we watch it together for a second? I've linked it and found the timestamp.
Yeah.
Let's see if...
So queue up at 2:13. The link should take you there. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Ready, set, play.
Check out this blog. Can you see it? What is that?
We don't know.
Yeah, see, yours is a lot. It looks like
it looks like more like a wasp.
A bee of some kind.
Well, they're all wingless wasps.
A bee,
but
thing?
I think yours is bigger and fatter than the fourth most powerful one in the world or whatever. I've seen these. This one that she
It's a
stomps.
beautiful thing of beauty.
Yeah, she needs to stomp.
Oh my
on
God,
I'm
you
glad
did
it's
it.
dead now. I stomp on it
That thing
too.
looks real angry.
Yeah, it needs a killing.
Yeah, when he gets stung by this thing in the
I stopped
video,
watching.
when he gets stung by this thing in the
Might
video,
be
it's so over the top that that if this were the only video that guy had uploaded, I would think it was fake overreaction. But I've also seen him bit and stung and maimed by a lot of animals on his channel, and he he starts hyperventilating and like sweating bullets and like has to get up and like run around like incomprehensibly in pain, like can't even make sense of logic or anything. Like he's so in pain. Like that looks. Why? There's no reason that bugs need that much power.
As I'm looking, they don't look exactly the same. Mine was red and black, and this one just seems to be red and not. Like it has.
I found yours. It's that flightless wasp link there. That looks almost identical to yours, right?
Let's take a look.
See how its butt has these like 2 red circles on it, and then a stripe below them, and then more red. That is a female flightless wasp.
Okay. I don't know if mine had a separation in its body like that. Did it?
I have
Maybe
no
it
idea.
did.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I see it in the thumbnail. So it's a flightless wasp.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been stung by a bee or a wasp or anything in a long time. I am definitely due.
They're both.
I've been
thinking about things like that. Like I haven't stubbed my toe in a long time. I haven't been hitting the nuts in a long time.
He has cow killer in his
those
title.
things.
This thing you found has cow killer in its title. So that I don't know, but I do see that they don't look at it. Maybe it could be male versus female.
Well, the scientific name is here as Decimutilla
And that is
Occidentalis.
The other one started with an M.
Tell us your favorite genus of flightless wasp in the comments.
Yes, the Spherifulma Pennsylvania.
Spherifulma.
Yes,
That'd make my top 3, not 1 though.
Yeah. I'm rounding it out.
Anyway, yeah. So watch that video or those videos to watch a guy get stung. I like watching people get stung and bitten by animals because it's like a transitive way to see what it's like.
I don't like that at all. I thought you were going to talk about the guy who does like the wilderness survival stuff. I watched him build this hut last week, and this guy is.
Oh, like Primitive Technologies. I think
so. Primitive Technologies.
Yeah.
He's wearing nothing but synthetic material shorts, and that seemingly is the only bit of technology from this century, and it's the only thing that he seemingly has. He takes a rock and makes an
maybe a
axe out of
camera.
it. The camera's it, but he's not using it for anything. Right. So, he's using an axe he made out of like a stick and a rock to cut trees down. He made a forge, not a forge, but maybe he made a forge. I don't know, but he made a kiln for his clay tiles for his roof, and he like makes this shelter and then lays these. They look like half of a cylinder. They're shaped like that, these tiles, and he lays them on there in some sort of way where I guess they've traditionally been laid, and he creates a roof, and it looks like endless hours of time that he's spending out there with just his bare hands and sticks and vines and rocks, and that's it. It's shocking to watch him do it, and it's so well filmed. I'm just picturing myself trying to film it, and like he'll be like working with mud, lots of mud work, like with his hands, and then I'm thinking like, what if he needs to adjust the camera? Like he's got mud all over him. Who does that? Doesn't he have to go wash his hands and then dry them carefully and then go touch his lens? Like, it just seems like such a bitch to do what he does, but he's incredible. I've never seen anybody so meticulous and so dedicated to doing it without a single tool. Like, every survival guy I ever see is like, well, this is the Jim Johnson big rig knife. It'll cut through fucking Wolverine's spine, and we're going to take it out here and whittle some sticks into sharp points. But no, this guy's like, first of all, I don't know if there's any audio because I don't listen to the audio. I just watch. But it's just like, here I am.
He doesn't even talk. Yeah. The video I've watched of him, it's just him sitting there like Indian style a lot of the time, like kneading mud, and then, like you said, doing an insane amount of work for what I think is a very small payoff after the year like 3000 BC. Like that's the style of house he's living in. Like don't think that you're gonna go watch this and be like, wow, this guy's built like a really cool abode or something. Like, no, it's a little shack, but it's a cool little shack. Like, if somebody built that camping, you'd be like, wow, this guy's a genius. But if somebody said we're going to stay here for a week, you'd say, can we just go to the Hilton?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That guy's talented. Got anything else?
I don't.
Oh, did they, there was a big train accident in Newark. Did they find out the cause of it yet? It was like speeding up into the barrier.
It was our crumbling infrastructure, just like Trump said.
Is that right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Sounds right.
I don't know. It's I guess being from Jersey, like, like, wow, there were like a lot of people hurt. I read over 100, and then I later, but no one died, and then I later read one person died, and it was over 70 injured. Like, there's a lot of people involved in this thing.
I read that I thought that 3 people died.
Okay.
And, like, when I was reading it, I thought, like maybe this is bad to think, but I was thinking, like, 3 people? Like, in a train crash? That can't be right. Like, you picture train crashes as, like, everybody getting fucked up. Like, it's a train. You're not strapped down. There's a bunch of, like, rebar and iron and stuff folding in on you, you would think. Like, I was just surprised it was only 3, if that is the right number.
I was I watched YouTube videos about trains and what it takes to derail them. Surprisingly hard to derail a train. Have you guys seen this video?
I have.
So they cut out, I'm going to try and get my numbers right, like a foot of train track, right? So just like 2 cuts in it, boom, there's a foot of train track missing. Every car goes over it like it's no problem. And apparently a foot of missing train track is not even a cause for alarm. It's called a chuck hole in the industry. There's a name for it. So it's just a chuck hole. They drive right through it, maybe radio someone and say, hey, fix the chuck hole. We just found it. Holy smokes. So then they cut it out. They make it like 18 inches long. Train drives right over it. Then they make it like 2 feet wide. Train drives right over it. So then they cut it on the opposite side. Make like 2 feet both sides at the same time. Train drives right over it. Then they like offset the 2-foot thing so that the thing's going like this. Train drives right. They eventually have to cut it like 6 feet wide. And it didn't even derail the engine. Like, it derailed some of the car. If a car is lighter, it bounces around more and it's more prone to be derailed. I couldn't believe. I used to think that if I left a rock on the train track, that it would derail the whole train. And I was tempted to do it, like put a rock on it, because we used to put coins and stuff on there.
I've done it. I put the rock there.
And I'm like, man, this is a big responsibility. I have to not derail this train. No, a rock will not derail a train.
If trains could be thrown off by rocks and things that people could just like pick up and put on there casually, they would have been a very impractical form of locomotion. Like if anyone, any no good Nick anywhere in the country could just throw a log on there and ruin your day.
You're right. Cars can though. Like if you just put a car in the road, car's fucked by a log.
Oh, the car is fucked.
Yeah. So you know, I guess people don't do it as much as you'd think they would. Like, I was thinking an alternate universe where our cars aren't impacted by logs, and we're saying, "Oh man, imagine if you could put a log on the road and fuck everything up." People would do it all the time.
Do that.
I wouldn't.